Hello yogis, today's class is a nice slow flow. So just see if you can really focus on your breath here. We'll begin an extended child's pose with your knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the floor. Sit your hips back towards your heels and really just begin to slow down your breath here. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. As you exhale, press all the stale air out. Throughout this class, just see if you can find nice, long, steady breaths. Take a moment to set your intention for your practice today. Inhale, come to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And begin your cat-cow. As you inhale, arch your back, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and roll one vertebrae at a time, rounding the spine. Inhale, nice and slow, arch the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, come to neutral. Move the hands 6 inches to a foot in front of you. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few moments to pedal out here in this first downward facing dog, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Whatever feels good for your body in this moment. Really link the breath with your movement today. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, rise to tabletop. Move through your cat-cow with your own breath. Inhale as you arch. Exhale to round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a static down dog this time. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. Your hands are at least shoulder width with the fingers spread wide. Gaze between your thighs and imagine you're in a nice inverted V position here. Breathe deeply. Feel the entire belly expand all the way up into your lungs. Find steadiness and ease in this posture. Exhale, extended child's pose. Keep that nice, long, steady breath. Inhale to tabletop. Move through cat-cow one more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. And take 2 more rounds here. And see how slow you can move your body. Imagine your spine is a wave here. Move it nice and slow. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full Ujjayi breaths. Exhale, child's pose. Come back to the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. Inhale to tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, flex your foot, square your hips, and hold here. Engage your core. Keep breathing deeply. The breath allows us to find that steadiness and ease in the posture. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down to the earth. And inhale, come into low lunge. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Ensure that your right knee is stacked directly over your ankle. Find a few breaths here. Exhale, frame your right foot with your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, step to high plank and hold. Shoulders are directly over your wrists. Imagine a nice straight line from the crown of your head all the way to the soles of your feet. Hug your belly in. Continue that Ujjayi breath. Exhale, lower down to your knees. Keep your elbows in, nice and slow. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale to baby cobra. Lift the chest off the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Your head is neutral. Exhale, slowly release your forehead back to the earth. Come through tabletop. Downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Find steadiness. Inhale, lift your left leg up, flex your foot, square your hips. Keep your belly engaged. Exhale, slowly plant your left foot between your hands. Lower your right knee down to the earth, finding your low lunge. Bring your hands on top of your left thigh, behind your left knee. Soften your shoulders down and away from your ears. And breathe. Exhale, frame your left foot. Inhale, step to high plank and hold. Keep the breath steady. Throughout this practice, the most important thing is just to continue to breathe. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth, and then slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale to baby cobra, broaden through your collarbones. Find the strength in your upper back while softening your shoulders down and away from your ears. Exhale, lower your forehead to the earth and come back to your extended child's pose. Inhale, come to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, flex your foot, square your hips. Take a couple of breaths. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Stay high on your left toes. Bend your right knee 90 degrees and bring your hands to heart center for this variation. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, twist. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Keep lifting up through that left thigh. Keep bending your right knee. Gaze over your right shoulder. You can always lower the left knee down to the earth if you need to modify. Inhale, slowly unwind. Exhale, come into warrior two. Gaze over your right middle finger. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips. The right knee is bent. Your breath is steady. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Send your left hand down your thigh. Reach your right arm to the sky. Exhale, frame your right foot and lower your left knee down to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, come into half splits, just a little movement with the breath. Inhale, bend back into your low lunge. Exhale, half splits, flex through your right foot, straighten your right leg. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split, straighten the right leg, flex the foot. Inhale, come back to low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, slowly step your left foot between your hands. Inhale to crescent lunge with your hands at your heart center. The left knee is bent. Stay high on your right toes. Square your hips toward the front of your mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, twist. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Again, you can always drop that right knee to the earth if you need to. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. And keep lifting your belly up and off your thigh. Inhale, slowly unwind. Exhale, warrior two. Stack shoulders over hips. Gaze over your left middle finger. If you glance down, you should still be able to see your left big toe. There's a slight external rotation happening through that front thigh. Inhale, reverse your warrior, send your left arm up. Exhale, frame your left foot and lower your right knee down to the earth. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, half split, straighten your left leg, flex through your left foot. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, half split, straighten that left leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, bend your knee, and open your hip this time. Engage the left quadricep to lift up on the left kneecap. Stay here or come into Wild Thing, dropping your right foot to your mat and reaching your right arm toward the front of the room, lifting your hips up toward the sky. Inhale, slowly come back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your right heel to the outside of your left hip. Extend your left leg straight back behind you and sit up nice and tall. Square yourself toward the front of your mat. Exhale, slowly begin to fold forward. Take your time. There's no rush. In this posture, with each inhale, see if you can find length in the spine. And with each exhale, see if you can fold just a little deeper. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, slowly crawl your fingertips back, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, bend your knee, open your hip. Engage your right quad. You can stay right here or take Wild Thing if that's part of your practice, dropping the left foot down to the earth behind you, extending your left arm toward the front of the room, lifting your hips up toward the sky. Inhale, slowly come back to your three-legged dog, open the hip. Exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your left heel outside your right hip. Your right leg is extended straight back behind you. Square yourself toward the front of your mat, sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, slowly begin to fold forward. Take your time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly crawl your fingertips back, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Slowly lower down to a tabletop and then find your way onto your bum. Extend your right leg straight and bring the sole of your left foot to the inner thigh. Square yourself over your right leg. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, reach for your shin or your foot. Fold forward. Your forehead falls toward the shin. Deep breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Keep that right foot straight. Cross your left foot over the right thigh. Bring your left arm behind you. Inhale, lift that right arm to the sky. And exhale, twist, gaze over your left shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. And ensure that the twist is happening through your upper back, not your neck here. Inhale, slowly bring your gaze forward. Exhale, release. Switch sides, straighten your left leg, bring the sole of your right foot to the inner thigh. Square yourself over your left leg. Inhale, lift the arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly release. Hug your right knee into your chest and then cross your right foot over the left thigh. Bring your right hand behind you. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Keep your breath nice and steady, nice and slow. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, release. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, let your knees fall toward the earth. Keep a nice long spine here. And just like in pigeon pose, with each inhale, see if you can lengthen your spine. And each exhale, fold just a little deeper. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Make your way all the way onto your back and set yourself up for bridge pose. Bring your heels towards your bum. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Plant your palms by your side. Inhale, slowly lift your hips up. Keep the back of your head planted on your mat. Maybe interlace your fingers underneath you if that feels comfortable. Keep lifting your hips up toward the sky. Exhale, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up, point your toes for a nice full body stretch. And then bring your arms out to a cactus or a T. Inhale, bring your knees toward your chest. Exhale, let your knees fall over to the right. And bring your gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, drop your knees over to your left. Gaze over your right fingertips. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And exhale, come into your Shavasana, your final relaxation. Allow yourself to take up as much space here as you'd like. And know that you have nowhere else to be but in this moment. Keep your eyes closed. Just slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up and point your toes for a full body stretch. Gently hug your knees into your chest and then roll onto either side in the fetal position for a couple of breaths using your arm as a pillow. Gently press your way back to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Bring your hands to your heart. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.